Mm-hmm. You know, that's a great example, because if you held somebody else up as the yardstick, as your standard, then you would never exceed it. You would always be at the level that other person is. You set your own standard. You set the bar for yourself and set it as high as you can. If you miss it, at least you'll die trying.
Yes.
Anyway,
it's better to die trying something that has fruitful intention than to die without any fruit at all.
That's right, and you will make a difference. The world will be a better place because you lived. And I think that is so profound, because not only are you working today, but you will leave a legacy. And that's important, that after you're gone, your name and your work will live on after you. And often, even our people who are in their 50s and 60s don't think about what sort of legacy will you be leaving.
Yes.
What sort of footprints have you made on the earth that are good, that will live after you?
Yes. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. If I can say, Ms. Condrill, I've been going to a lot of funerals lately, young people, older people. You know, I tell people oftentimes I go to more funerals than I do to, corporate events or banquets and things of that nature because of the heightened situation that goes on in our country.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing that I noticed, when people get up, at one particular funeral, they were speaking of a man who had been very dear to their community.
Mm-hmm.
And they said this man was the definition of character.
Mm.
That's what they said about him. That's what we should try to obtain in life. We should want to have character.
Mm-hmm.
With this situation going on now in my hometown of Passaic, and it's all throughout the country with this corruption scandal now, we should be teaching young people about character, responsibility, and most of all, integrity. What does your name mean? What does your name mean? Can I trust that name? When people say Hezekiah Griggs III, are they just saying that because he has money, or he's doing interviews, or he's talking to Jo Condrill? No, they're saying that because I believe and I hope that he has integrity. You should want to have integrity. Ms. Condrill, you have integrity. You stand on your character, and you're responsible. That's what we should be teaching young people today. If we have not, for the last 50 years, we've gone less and less without having kids with integrity and character. Have you noticed that, Ms. Condrill? There's less integrity in our communities than it was 50 years ago.
That's right, because we are too focused on being happy, when that happiness should come from a security within ourselves that we are honorable people.
Yes.
That we
you're hitting.
we have a rightful place in our community that's helping to guide our communities and bringing us together to respect each other as worthy people. And Hezekiah, it's just really been refreshing to talk with you today, and I do hope that people will continue to listen to you. You are still on the speaking circuit, are you, or has your illness sidelined that as well?
Well, I'm going to be doing some speeches. I've signed with the Urban Wealth Tour that's hosted by Ephren Taylor, and he has a new book coming out called Creating Success from the Inside Out, coming out in November. I don't know him very well, but I do know that from what he's gone through in his life, that this book will help and will branch home some of the messages that we talked about today. And that's coming out in November from Wiley Publishing. And I'll also be speaking to a lot of young people. But I can go to a speech in a wheelchair as opposed to going to class and not being able to concentrate.
Exactly.
And I will be traveling as much as I can, as long as my health permits me. And this year, while I'm not in school, I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to travel the country. And I'll be in Miami in October with the Urban Wealth Tour, and we're going to be speaking about how we can be responsible and things of that nature. And I've got a lot of speaking events. They can go to HezekiahGriggs.com, and they'll be able to check out my schedule and the events and all of the blogs that I write for.
Terrific. Would you spell that out so that if someone will get their pencils and paper and write it down, Hezekiah is not Joe Blow. And so if you would spell that out for us.
Absolutely. It's Hezekiah, Hezekiah Griggs, GRIGGS.com.
Okay.
They can go to that. And I'd like to say, because I'm talking about integrity and character and responsibility, I am going to be giving out 2,000 turkeys this November in the name of integrity, character, and responsibility to show the true essence of Thanksgiving, which is giving and loving. I want to be the emissary. I've got to be the person that people look at and say, well, he's doing it the right way. I'm not a hypocrite when I practice what I preach. And when you go to my websites and you see the things that I'm doing in the community, you'll understand why I say what I say and how you can help out.
Well, that is terrific. Thank you so much. HezekiahGriggs.com. And you can find me at goalminds.com, GOALMINDS.com. And I'll put a plug in here for my charity, which is the Wounded Warriors and their spouses. And
yes, if I can say something about that, Ms. Condrill, for you. My sister is serving in Iraq right now. I've done many speeches about the war in Iraq and the victims, and I've even talked to you about it, Ms. Condrill. These young people are sacrificing their lives to protect our dignity and our humanitarianness and our freedom. And I believe that your charity really hones in the message of being responsible and how we can best help out in our community. So I'm going to make a donation to your charity.
Okay.
Within the near weeks, I'm going to call you and personally deliver you the check.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that other people listening to this program will be inspired as well and donate to Ms. Condrill's charity. Ms. Condrill is, like I said, absolutely the definition of integrity, character, and responsibility. And if she's endorsing this charity, then it's an endorsement of endorsements. And I thank you for everything that you're doing to help promote success. And our conversations have been wonderful. And I know that young people, both old and wise, are hearing what you have to say. And from the average person listening to you, thank you for what you're doing for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Hezekiah. And those of you who are listening, please tell your friends. They can listen to this on successtalk.com and find Hezekiah Griggs. Thank you so much, Hezekiah. I look forward to catching up with you next year.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.